Hey everyone, this is a crochet tutorial for these baby keychain bees. It's perfect for beginners, so let's get started. To make this baby bee keychain, you will need acrylic yarn in yellow, black and white. I am using 4 Seasons Spot Saver yarn from Spotlight. This is a 100% acrylic yarn and I believe it's an 8-ply. So that's what I'm using today. You may notice that this is the exact same pattern as this little bee here, but this one was chenille yarn and today we're making it in acrylic. I'm also using a 4mm hook, a pair of scissors, a darning needle and stitch marker, $10mm safety eyes, and either some polyfill or scrap yarn for stuffing the bee. I will also be adding one of these keychains today, and I'll show you how I add that at the end. So let's start making our little bee. To start making this baby bee, I'm going to make a magic ring. And inside the magic ring, I'm going to make 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then I'm going to pull this little tail here to tighten the hole. So that is row 1, and that is a total of 6 single crochet. For row 2, I'm going to do 1 increase in every single stitch. So an increase is just 2 single crochet into the same stitch. 1, 2, that's the first increase. And then in this last stitch here, just another 2 single crochet. So now you should have a total of 12 single crochet all around. Then for round 3, we're going to do single crochet and an increase, and repeat that all the way around. So single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. So single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and just repeating those 2 stitches all the way around. Now we've got a total of 18 stitches all the way around, and that is row 3. So now we're working on row 4. Row 4 is super simple. It's just a row of 18 single crochet, so 1 single crochet into each stitch. $17 and then 1 more, $18. Now I'm not going to fully finish this stitch because we're going to change the color. So I'll show you what I did. So this is the last stitch. So this is number 18. Going to put the hook through, yarn over, pull through, but not finish this stitch. So we're going to change the color to black. For this video I'm going to use brown because it's a lot easier to see on the camera. So to change the color, you just get the yarn, have the yarn end this end, and then just hook it through those 2 loops and pull the yellow one, the yellow end over here. And we're just going to leave that for now because we're going to pick that up later. So for rows 5 and 6, we are going to do 18 single crochet all the way around again. So just starting, I'm going to secure the brown or black tail end while I crochet around. So 1, 2, 3, 17, 18. So that's row 5 done. Now we're just going to repeat the exact same thing again. So on this very last stitch where the stitch marker is, I'm going to change the color again. So insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, and then I'm going to leave the brown yarn and pick up the yellow yarn again that's still attached to the bee. Then I'm just going to hook that and pull it through. Perfect. Now for row 7, it's just 2 rows of single crochet. So row 7 and 8 is just 18 single crochet all the way around. And you're just going to leave this free again because we're going to use it later again. So that's the last stitch, and now 1 more row of 18 single crochet. And then on this last one we're going to change the color again to brown or black, probably black. I'm going to change that. I'm going to take that out. So now we're going to cut the yellow piece because we're done with that. So just cut small tail, we will secure on. Now we are going to insert the eyes. So I like to have the color changes at the bottom of the bee, as you can see there. They're here where they get a bit wonky. So I like to have that at the bottom of the bee. So I'm gonna get my eyes here and I'm gonna put them in between rows 2 and 3. So this is row, get this. This is row 1, row 2, and then row 3. So I'm going to put them between this row and this row. So that's 1, and then 1, 2, 3, so in between 2 and 3 again. Just like that. And make sure that they are in line with each other. And then I'm going to put the backs on the eyes. So these are the back pieces. If you've never put in a safety eye before, you put it through this way. So I'm going to put this through and then you just push it until you hear a click, Oh, these ones don't click. You just push it until it goes past this little ridge here. Now, if you're making toys for babies or young children or pets or anything, I would suggest not using safety eyes. If you don't put them in properly, they can fall out. So I would use something like felt, or you can crochet eyes. There are lots of different options. I just don't recommend this for babies. Okay, so let's keep working with the second to last row. We are almost done. So for this row, we're going to start decreasing. So we're going to do 1 single crochet and then 1 decrease. So I'll do the first single crochet and then I'll show you how I make a decrease. So single crochet and then a decrease, a invisible decrease is what we are doing. So to make an invisible decrease, as you can see here, there's like a V shape on all the stitches. So we're going to go through this front loop here of both of these stitches. So we get the hook, we pick up the front loop only, so that's the first one, and then the front loop of this second stitch. See there? There's still the back loops, now we've got the 2 front loops. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over with the brown yarn and pull it through both of these loops, and then yarn over and pull through just like you normally would. So we do 1 single crochet and then a decrease. So we're picking up this first loop and then the next loop and yarning over and pulling through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2. So you just want to repeat that single crochet decrease until the end of the row. So that round is all done. Now we're going to stuff the little bee. So I'm just going to poke those ends back inside the bee. And you don't really need a lot of stuffing for this guy. So just stuff him as much or little as you would like. Gonna add a little bit more, I think. Okay, now this is the very last row for the bee's body. Now for this row, it's just 6 decrease all the way around. So 1 decrease, 2 decrease, 3, 4, do that one again, 4, 5, and 1 more, 6, there we go. So now I'm going to cut a little end just to sew it. So about that long, about this one. Then I'm going to pull my hook out and pull the end. So now the bee's body is done. We're going to work on the wings and then I'll show you how to attach them. So to make the wings, you're going to grab some white yarn and we're going to make a magic ring again. There we go, we've got a magic ring, and then we're going to do 6 single crochet inside the ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6. Going to pull this tail and tighten, and then that's our first wing. It's very simple. So I'm going to cut off an end to sew it on later, and then I'm going to repeat that again and make a second wing. Okay, now I've got 2 little wings all done, and I'm going to show you how I attach them to the bee. So I'm going to get my darning needle here, and I'm going to thread this end. So you see how there's 2 different ones? There's one in the middle and there's one on the side. I'm going to thread the one on the side onto my needle. Perfect. Then I'm going to find the top of the bee. So remember, I like to have the color change at the bottom. So we go up the top, and this is the top of the bee. Now to figure out where I'm going to put my wings, I go from the center of the bee, go up, and find the brown that lines up with the center. So this one lines up, these stitches here. So I'm going to put the wings in this side and this side. So I'm going to take that out, put my needle through the very top of the brown and then out the back. So these are rows 5 and 6 that we're doing. So just put my needle through there and pull it all the way through. Then in the bee's wing we've got a stitch here, so I'm going to thread the needle through that stitch. This is the very last one. I'm going to thread that through and pull it tight again, just like that. Then I'm going to put the needle into the same spot we came out of and out through the hole in the back of the bee. There's half of it done. So now we're going to thread this other piece. And I'm just going to insert it into any stitch close to the wing. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put it right next to the wing and then pull it out through a stitch here and pull it tight. So there is one wing. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to skip this one and put it in here. Through this single crochet, thread it through, and then through the same stitch again and out through the back. Now just going to do the same thing with this piece, and I'm going to put it through that one and then out through the same hole as where the other end is, and pull it tight. So that is the wings on the little bee. Now we're going to deal with all of these ends. So first, grab the 2 ends that are out through the hole and just tie them together about 2 times, 2 or 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then just stuff them into the back of the bee. Perfect. Now we are going to close this little hole here. So thread the brown end onto your needle. Then to close this hole, we're going to just cinch it. To do that, we're going to put our needle through the first loop in every stitch. So remember how there was that V earlier? So the first loop here, I'm going to pull the needle through. And then the second one, pull it through, the third one, fourth one, fifth one, and then there was one more, this 6th one here. And then there's still a tiny little hole. You just pull it tight, and now the hole is gone. Now just weave in your ends. and then pull it out through the same hole as these two ends here. Perfect. Now with these three ends, we're going to tie them together. 1, 2, and I'm going to cut most of it off, just like that. And I'm going to push the ends back inside the bee with my scissors, and then you are done with your bee. So you can either just leave the little guy as is, or you can add a keychain to him, which is what I like to do. If you have purchased one of my bee kits, then you will notice that all of these keychains come with the kits, so I can show you how I put them in. So it's super easy. So you're going to just figure out where you want it. So I like to have it in between the wings here, and simply push it through one of the stitches next to it, just like that. Then grab it, and then we're all done. The finished little bee. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, please let me know. Please like and subscribe and all those good things, and let me know what other tutorials or videos you'd like to see.